Hey everyone, welcome to our channel Studyology. So, this is our session 6 about neurons. So, as I told you in the last session, which is session 5 about animal tissues, I told you that I'll be taking another class about neurons. So, here it is. So, welcome to the session, everybody. So, what are neurons? Neurons, also called nerve cells, are the fundamental units of the brain and nervous system. So, we've learned in session 1 about cells, which are the fundamental units of life. So, neurons are the fundamental units of the brain. That is what makes the brain and the nervous system. The cells responsible for receiving sensory input, for sending motor commands to our muscles, and for transforming and relaying the electrical signals at every step in between. So, these are the cells. Neurons are the nerve cells that send us commands or signals through electrical waves or electrical signals through our muscles, and it also sends motor commands so that we can do specific jobs. So, this is a picture of a basic neuron. There are many types of neurons, but then you don't have to learn about that now in school times. So, that should be learned a little after. So, this is the basic structure of how a neuron looks like. Let's move on. So, what is the basic structure of the neuron? A neuron consists of a cell body which comprises of nucleus and cytoplasm, from which long, thin hair-like parts arise. The neuron has a single long part called axon, which transmit the nerve impulse to body parts. The neuron has short, branched parts called dendrites. So now this is the structure of the neuron. They're telling about the structure of the neuron. So a neuron has a cell body, and in the cell body it has a nucleus and a cytoplasm. And from the cell body, long thin hair-like structures arise. And the neuron has a long part called the axon, which helps in transmitting the nerve signals to the body parts. And the neuron has a short branched part called dendrites. Now there is one more fact about the neuron. You all must have seen the video about facts of cells. It was an animated video. If you've not seen it, please go see it. In that, I've told you about the neuron because the neuron is the longest cell in the body. Now, there is a reason why it should be long. Now, I'll tell you why. For that, we'll see the structure of the neuron. Now, if you see the structure, we had learned that this is the cell body. You can see my cursor. This is the cell body, and inside this purple part is the cytoplasm, and the green one here is the nucleus. Now, they had told you that short branched parts arise from the cell body, which is these are called as dendrites. You can see these branched part that arises from the cell body. These are called as dendrites. Now, they told you about the axon. It has a long part called the axon. Why does it have an axon? It helps in transmitting the nerve impulses to the nerve cells to the body parts. So here, this whole thing is an axon. So you can see this part is the longest part in the whole cell, the whole nervous cell. This is the longest part. Why is it long? The impulses or the signals pass on to the other, and therefore this axon terminal connects to an other nerve cell, and thus it reaches to our brain, and we get the signals, or we get to do the specific jobs we want to do. So these axons help in passing the signals from one to the other. So now the axon itself has some parts which are not necessary to learn, but are good if you learn. It helps you a lot. So this part, the outermost membrane, is called as the myelin sheath. The inner cell part, or the nucleus kind of looking part, is called as the squamosine. And the small tube-like structure that connects each axon is known as node of Ranvier, and the ends of the nervous cell or the nerve cell is called as the axon terminal. So this is the basic structure of a cell or a nerve cell. So you can see that this is what a nerve cell looks like, and these are very important parts of the nerve cell. So this is it. It was a very short session, I know that. But then this is it you have to learn for now about the nerve cell. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss any updates. Hope you had fun. Bye, biologists.